Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally here with another video using my P.louise bases for the first time. So if you want to see how I achieved this cut crease, then please keep watching. So like I said, this was my actual first time using this base and I have no experience with it. So I couldn't figure out how to apply it with a concealer brush the way they do it on Instagram. And at some point I just gave up and used my sponge instead. I don't know, it just looked really patchy and uneven on my eyelid. However, I did figure it out later after filming this video. It just takes a little bit more time. I definitely ended up using way more product than I needed, so yeah, a brush would do a better job. I filmed this video like a month ago, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to post it because so many things went wrong. But then I actually sold my old Canon PowerShot, the one that I used for this video, and got myself my dream camera, Canon 5D Mark IV. And then I got a few different lenses that I ended up returning because they were not what I needed. But I feel like finally I got my settings right, so I'm gonna try filming something tomorrow with my new camera. So as you can see, I'm gonna be using my favorite palette from Simple Beauty that I used in so many videos. You guys know I love this palette. And I'm going with this warm purple shade where I want my crease to be. And I think I'm using Morphe E36 pencil brush. It was so long ago that I can't even remember which brush I was using, but it looks like Morphe E36. Even though I used the sponge, the colors look super pigmented, as you can see. Definitely so much better than when I used my concealer and set it with a powder. So I used the same brush to apply it on my lower lash line, and then I'm going to connect it to the same shade on the lid, which is what, I always do. Next I'm gonna go with this hot pink shade and my Morphe 506. I always wanted to use this shade with this base, and it looks so good now, so pigmented. So I'm going over the edges of the darker color, and I'm gonna do the same thing on my lower lash line. Next I'm gonna use a clean fluffy brush just to blend the edges of that pink shade. Honestly, I hate big brushes like this for my hooded eyes. I don't even know why I used it. Probably because all my 506 were dirty. That's the only reason I can think of, but I mean, it worked. And please excuse that sound in the background. That's my old New York City building radiator. There is nothing I can do about it. That's not my microphone. That's what I have to listen to all day when it's cold outside. So I applied a little bit more of the darkest shade, and now I'm blending it out using Morphe 506 brush. I'm going to do the same thing on my lower lash line just to make it a little bit more pigmented. I'm going to clean up my lid a little bit because I'll be going with a white eyeshadow and I want it to be as white as possible. To cut the crease, I'll be using my P.louise base in the shade 0 and Anastasia number 18 brush. I should have been more precise while cleaning up because it did end up mixing up with the eyeshadow and looking a little pink. For those of you watching me for the first time right now, I do cut my crease a little bit higher than my actual creases. That's because I have hooded eyes and I want my makeup to still be visible when they open. Next I'm going to apply white eyeshadow from the same palette using a flat synthetic brush. Next, I'm going to apply the same pink shade that I used earlier to transition into the darker shade. So I decided to switch to a pointed crease brush because it's just smaller and more precise. I can't remember the number of this one, but I'm going to list all the brushes in my description box. When I do my outer corner like this with multiple colors, I like to do a lot of tapping instead of blending because I feel like everything looks cleaner and you can just see the colors better. Next, I'm gonna go with my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and I'm just gonna do a thin line along my lash line, which I do all the time, especially when I use light colors on my lid just to hide the lash band. This liner ended up being a mess because I tried to make it thicker after adding false lashes and I didn't realize it until I saw the actual footage. For the lashes, I'll be going with Flutter, Intoxicating, and to highlight my inner corner, I used the pink shade from the Kat Von D holographic palette. So here's the finished look. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye!